Hi everyone, it's Emmanuel Kadosh. I wanted to invite you all to subscribe to ILTV Plus, where you can find our daily news and updates about Israel. And not only that, but live feeds, entertainment, our kosher food show, and so much more. Needless to say, your subscription to ILTV Plus helps us grow and create more content while also supporting the state of Israel. Our app is available on all platforms and devices, so I'll see you guys there.
Welcome to ILTV's Israel Daily. I'm Lital Shemesh, and coming up in today's newscast, Prime Minister Naftali Bennett is allegedly considering a break from politics following the collapse of his unity coalition. Meanwhile, Turkish officials unveiling additional details of Iran's recent plot to kidnap Israelis in Istanbul, and this just hours ahead of Minister of Foreign Affairs Yair Lapid's arrival in Ankara. Then finally, Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos landing in Israel to argue against proposed legislation, which he says could threaten future investment in the Jewish state. 24 hours passing since the Knesset advancing a bill to dissolve the current coalition. But in the wake of the move, outgoing Prime Minister Naftali Bennett says mulling a timeout from politics altogether. ILTV's Aaron Porris reporting.
Israeli media reporting yet another blow to the outgoing Prime Minister's Yamina party Wednesday night. In a private faction meeting, Bennett supposedly floating the idea of not running in the next elections and taking a break from politics. But either way, a final decision is not yet made, and the premier not yet addressing the issue in public. The report's going on to say, however, that Bennett's fellow MKs and party members pushing him to choose quickly, adding that if he quits, then they'll likely resign as well. Further, the news coming in the wake of the most recent polls suggesting that if Yamina indeed decides to run again, it would only earn 4 to 5 seats in Knesset, just barely above the electoral threshold and down from his party's current 7. Now, meantime, regardless of Bennett's decision, his major party allies likewise said looking for a way out, but from the party and not from Knesset. Yamina number 2 and Interior Minister Ayelet Shaked, for one, saying that she's open to rejoining former Prime Minister Netanyahu in this current Knesset makeup if it means avoiding costly elections in a few months. And similarly, Yamina rebel MK Nir Orbach delaying House committee meetings to stave off the parliament's disbanding and give an alternate government more time to negotiate a takeover. Since announcing the coalition's collapse, the opposition given the chance to take over as long as it can gather a 61-seat majority before the official bill to dissolve passes through the plenum. But if all else fails and the bill goes through its final reading, as it may by as soon as this Monday, then it's officially back to the voting booths for Israelis, and likely November 1st.
And now with more on the ongoing coalition collapse, Meretz Party Knesset member Mossi Raz, hello, and thank you for joining us.
Hi, good afternoon.
So do you think that an alternate government, even if that means Netanyahu becomes prime minister again, is better than going to elections in November? It's costing a lot of money to the state.
Yeah, the problem is not the money. It's not that expensive. The problem is the fear that the far right is going to be way more powerful. But still, of course, I prefer elections on Netanyahu's government.
Yeah, and we assume that Meretz is continuing with the Just Not Bibi platform, but with this potential argument, how can we be sure that we won't be in a sixth election, that we won't be in the same place again?
We are not just no Bibi. We are supporters of human rights, peace, end of occupation, cooperation between Palestinian and Jewish citizens of Israel, social democrat values, and environment, fighting the climate change, gender, LGBT. We have so many things to promote, Just No Bibi is not that important for us.
To watch full episodes of ILTV's Israel Daily and tons of other content from Israel, visit our website at iltv.tv or download the ILTV Plus app.